a $28 club sandwich, $23 avocado, and a $22 slice of cake. We are here at the Cake Bake Shop on Disney's Boardwalk to try their brand new menu. The prices are high, but is this food worth it? Let's go find out. I have dined at the Cake Bake Shop for dinner, breakfast, and afternoon tea. Something that's consistent between all three meals is the pricing, and I think this new menu update might show us the craziest pricing yet. But if the food tastes good, I'll have no problem admitting it. Either way, we're gonna be ordering a bunch of the new food, and I'm gonna give you guys my honest review. And it is someone's first time here, someone who has been begging me to bring her here.
True.
Mom, are you excited?
I'm very excited, and it is absolutely beautiful in here. It truly is.
And we could admire all the beauty because it is also completely empty in here. And I can't help but think if that's because the hype has died down a little bit and people just don't want to pay these prices anymore. But like I said, I have dined here for breakfast, dinner, as well as afternoon tea. So if you guys want to check out my reviews from those dining experiences, I'm going to put the links to those videos down below in the description. But we're here for all of the new stuff, all of the new menu items, and we're going to take a closer look into this menu in just a minute. But before we do, I wanted to point out something that I kind of realized upon looking over the menus. They changed things up a bit. So they used to have this same menu for lunch and dinner, and they've kind of separated the two now. So they have more of the sandwiches and the lighter bites for lunch, and then the dinner menu is going to be completely different and offer more entree style meals. I actually appreciate that menu update. I remember the first time I dined here, I was so overwhelmed with how many different things were on the menu and how many options there were. So I think it's good to separate the two meals. And we are here currently for lunch, but I strategically planned this out because I want to be here for dinner as well, because there are new things on the lunch menu as well as new things on the dinner menu that I want to try. So let's take a look at what new things we're working with. A lot of the appetizers have pretty much stayed the same except for this brand new avocado stack. $22 for some avocado. I don't know how that's gonna go, guys. We'll definitely be trying that. They still have the same soups. I remember I loved the chicken velvet soup. If you're gonna get a soup, this is definitely the one I recommend. As far as salads go down here, these two up top are the same, and they've kind of changed the Cobb salad a little bit. It's now a Rockford Cobb salad, which I'm being told is like blue cheese, so it now has a blue cheese dressing. I'm not sure what it had before actually, but it's $27. And if you add chicken, it becomes $37. So an almost $40 salad. Crazy. But right over here we've got all our sandwiches. They still have the choose two for lunch, and they've got a bunch of sandwiches down here, including this quiche, this ham rosemary and goat cheese quiche. Is probably my favorite thing that I've tried from here. And right below that, the Caprese Sandwich. We'll definitely have to try that out. It is new, as well as this 12-layer club sandwich all the way at the bottom. Well, it is time for appetizers, and like I said, we ordered the avocado stack. This is new to the menu. It has crumbled goat cheese, shallots, tomatoes, and balsamic pearls, served with a balsamic reduction olive oil and toasted French baguette for $22.
When you described it or read the description, you could hear the judginess in your tone, and it was $22.
I have to, when this was placed in front of me. The size of this for the price, oh my God, guys. I legit do not even think they used an entire avocado in this dish. If they gave me this for $10, I might even be a little bit mad. Like, this is avocado with some tomato, balsamic, and goat cheese. Where did they get this price from? Like, for real, like, what made them think, let's add this to the menu, and when we put it on, let's charge $22 for it.
I was in Aldi this morning. Avocados were 89 cents, and that's for a whole one. That's only a half of one.
Well, I know avocado prices and stuff are going up, but dang, they really prepared for when they go up. I mean, this is like a deconstructed avocado toast. So we'll get some of our avocado, our goat cheese, tomato, and some of that balsamic onto a little baguette. It's like a deconstructed avocado toast meets bruschetta at the same time with goat cheese. So this better be good. I mean, it tastes like avocado toast with balsamic vinegar, which they have next door at Trattoria Al Forno for breakfast for like $13.
That was good.
Yeah, it's really good next door. It is. I mean, is it fine? Is it good? Yeah, but it tastes like something that I could just whip up at home real quick. I might not be able to get that structure of the stack there, but I can make this at home. I will say the bread is very good, as is all of the bread at the Cake Bake Shop. And I do like that they tossed on some olive oil, toasted it, and salt and peppered that. So that is good. And again, it's not bad, but like for $22, that's just insane. All right, the second bite there had a little bit more flavor. We got more goat cheese, probably because my mom just took a bite and she took all the goat cheese off hers because she doesn't like it. So I had extra goat cheese. I had a lot of balsamic and shallot on there. And the flavors all do work very well together. But I mean, it's just the price that I really have the issue with. Me and my mom were kind of just talking about how a stack like this is usually served with like seafood. And I get something very similar to this over at the Boathouse. It has the avocado on the bottom, and then it has fresh, super red, amazing quality tuna on top with a soy lime wasabi vinaigrette. It's delicious. And I had to look up how much that cost. The yellowfin tuna poke stack that I get at the Boathouse costs $19.75. There is loads of tuna, loads of avocado on there. That is usually my meal. I get that as my meal. It's so filling and huge, and it's so delicious and fresh. The fact that this here is more and doesn't have any seafood, I have to laugh. I mean, what are we doing? And we're comparing the same thing. I mean, people make the like judgment that this is a third-party restaurant and their rent on in the Boardwalk area is very high, so they have to charge more. I totally understand that. The Boathouse is also a third-party restaurant over at Disney Springs. Maybe rent is a little bit more here at the Boathouse, here at the Boardwalk, but how much higher is it than the giant location that the Boathouse has at Disney Springs to where they think they could charge these prices? I don't know. I'd rather go get the tuna poke over at the Boathouse. So after that avocado stack, I am very curious to see how these other new lunch menu items play out. We just put in our order for the Caprese Sandwich and the 12-layer club sandwich. All right, here are the sandwiches. We've got our club here. We will be counting every single layer because I don't know if I'm seeing 12. There is quite a bit of sauce on that plate. And then we've got our Caprese here. Mom, thoughts on these sandwiches?
I mean, tiny. Are they the miniature version?
No, this is the real deal here.
I just figured it out. The layers, they're
include
counting.
The sauces.
Yes, because I counted 9, and then it's the 3 sauces, which they put on the side.
We'll have to do a thorough count, but first, let's eat this caprese here. This has freshly sliced tomatoes, a homemade walnut pesto, basil and mozzarella on a toasted baguette served with an arugula salad for $26. And before we get into the taste of this dish here, another thing I want to point out is that this comes with a salad. They don't let you get fries. If you want to get fries, you have to upgrade to fries for an additional fee. So that $26 price tag is this tiny sandwich and some arugula with a bit of not even freshly grated Parmesan cheese and 2 entire grape tomatoes.
I feel like that salad is just a garnish. I mean, I don't think they expect you to eat that, do they?
Yeah, that's the side. That's the side. Well, this sandwich here has a half of a tomato and then a quarter of a tomato. It does have a lot of pesto sauce that looks very, very good. The pesto looks excellent. There's a thin layer of mozzarella here, and it's like melted. It's like melted. A caprese sandwich should be really, there's one slice of mozzarella. I definitely needed to see that. And I like when a caprese sandwich is nice and cold. Like if you want to toast the bread beforehand, but it shouldn't still be hot to be melting the mozzarella like it is here. But let's see how this tastes. The only redeeming quality of this sandwich, the pesto. The pesto is delicious. It tastes homemade. The bread looks a little bit worse than it tastes. It's still not some of the best bread that I've had here. When I get the soup, it comes with bread, and that bread is usually better. You can't even taste the mozzarella and tomato. Literally, all I'm tasting is pesto and bread. Like, it tastes like a pesto sandwich, which at least the pesto is good, but like there's not enough, not even talking about the price. Take the price out of this. There's still not enough mozzarella or tomato on the sandwich. there needs to be another layer of each, or at least another layer of mozzarella. And I just had a Caprese sandwich over at the Grand Floridian, the Gasparilla Grill, their quick service restaurant. What was that? $11, $12 maybe even less, to be honest. And that was fantastic. And way better than this. The giant leaf of wilted basil on the bottom isn't great. Like I said, that pesto is delicious though, the walnut pesto, I will say. But man, like, what? What do you think, Mom?
I mean, it tasted good. It needs more mozzarella, for sure. But now I have nothing to compare it to. She's had the bread before. I honestly thought the bread was delicious. I really do think. But I did try that garnish, and that is, ugh. Did not like that.
She didn't like the salad. I gotta try it out.
On it.
Yeah, there's nothing on it. It's literally arugula.
Maybe it has a little olive oil.
Oh yeah, it's got olive oil.
Something.
A very light dressing. Our leafy greens. I think they got some lemon in there as well. I think it's olive oil, lemon, salt, and pepper, which is fine. Like,
Just need a little.
I enjoy a light salad. Like, it's fine, but like, it just needed to be more, to be honest. Again, this sandwich here is just something that I can make at home, I think, for way better. And another thing I think I can make from home is this 12-layer club sandwich. This has French ham, avocado, fresh tomato, crisp smoked bacon, oven-roasted turkey, baby spinach, Gruyere cheese, a Dijon mustard, and a homemade basil aioli served with fries for $28. I know my mom has been picking at these fries and saying that they were cold from the second that they were put down, and they were also unsalted. And these are just the regular Disney fries. They just look super toasted. I've had better French fries at Cosmic Ray's, and I wish I was kidding. There's not an ounce of salt on these fries. Not a singular ounce of salt. And these are fried so much to the point where they're so crispy. And you know what? Like, if something is fried good, it's crispy on the outside and soft and fluffy on the inside. No, this is just like, I can hear you chewing. It's like, I mean, well, this one isn't that bad, but like, they're like crunchy all throughout. Like, okay, let's see how these 12 layers are working out. So layer 1, bread. Layer 2, avocado. Layer 3, spinach. Layer 4, ham. Layer 5, bread. Layer 6, bacon. Layer 7, tomato. Layer 8, turkey. Oh, there's the cheese. There is 9, 10, and then it was supposed to come with 2 sauces, so that does make 12. When I get a club sandwich, I feel like it should be stacked so high that it could barely fit in your mouth.
Yeah.
And that's how usually club sandwiches are. And that's not how this was. It says 12 layers. There are 12 layers. However, it's just not stacked high like a typical club sandwich. I think the bread is very weak. It's the same bread that they're using on the tea sandwiches when you get the afternoon tea. And it just tastes like plain old basic Wonder Bread, toasted Wonder Bread to me. Like, it doesn't taste great. And I mean, the avocado in there is nice. I needed more spinach. There's really not that much spinach in there. Maybe some onion. I don't know. It's just like a super mid club sandwich. And if there's one thing about my family loves a club sandwich. Both my mom and dad, if there's a club sandwich on the menu, like, there's an 85% chance they are ordering it. So what did you think of this club here?
This is not great. It's, you know, like she said, mid. But I'm going to give you some positives. So whenever I eat a sandwich, I almost always cut the crust off. So I like that they cut the crust off. And the sauces really, truly are really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose one of these sandwiches again, I mean, I would never order either of these again, and I would not recommend you do so either. But just because I love pesto, like, I might just say I would get the Caprese again, but neither of them. I mean, they're just both so lackluster. And I know I keep harping on the prices, and you guys are going to get mad at me. That's fine. I know we're at Disney World. Like, I'm not saying that the prices should be like insanely low, but they should be comparable to other Disney restaurants, and they're just not. And if they're not going to be, fine, but the quality of food should be up here, and it's not. So I'm just giving them a fair judgment, taking the price and everything into consideration. And even if I'm not taking the price into consideration, again, it still don't taste great. French fry ASMR. I think it is safe to say we did not have much luck with our lunch meal here. Maybe dinner will be a bit better. We have the dinner menu now. It is just about 5 o'clock here, so we're able to order some of the dinner stuff now. Everything over here, the apps, the soup, the salads, all of that is the same. We'll see the differences. Like I said, over here we have more entrees now, so they still have a couple of the sandwiches. They have the chicken salad, the croque monsieur, the croque madame, and then the shrimp po' boy as well. And then down here we've got even more entrees. Our two new ones on the menu are this angel hair with basil and tomatoes, as well as the chicken piccata. I love a good chicken piccata, or honestly like any type of chicken in like a lemony sauce. I love chicken franchise. Is that only a New Jersey thing, chicken franchise? I have never seen it on a menu in Florida. I feel like that is just a New Jersey meal. So if you guys are from New Jersey, or if you're not from New Jersey, let me know if that's a thing elsewhere. But chicken franchise is very similar to chicken piccata. It's like a chicken in a white winey kind of lemony sauce.
No capers.
Yeah, it just doesn't have capers. But I'm really excited to try this chicken piccata. I have high hopes for that. Our dinner entrees have arrived. We're gonna start with our chicken piccata. This is a Parmesan breaded chicken breast served with lemon caper pasta and arugula for $37. And this dish here actually looks fantastic. The chicken looks nice and crisp. You can see that Parmesan is kind of crisped over on the chicken. I like the little touch of arugula for the green in there. And we've got a big serving of pasta as well. And my server was kind enough. She said her favorite way to eat the chicken piccata is with some extra sauce. So she brought me a huge cup of some extra sauce. And I have a feeling this is going to be very good poured over the pasta, but this is looking fantastic. We'll squeeze a little bit of a limon on here. I love that they give you a little extra lemon. You can never have too much lemon here. We'll cut ourselves off a piece of this chicken. Oh, kind of tough to cut, but nice and thin. It looks so good. I am so happy. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. That's delicious. You get a little bit of that fried cheese flavor from that Parmesan being cooked on the outside. It's very light. There's not that much flavor, but honestly, it's perfect. And with the extra squeeze of lemon, it's very, very good. I am definitely going to be pouring some of the sauce over top. We've got a little spoon here, so we're going to spoon some extra sauce onto our chicken there. Oh yeah, that looks like a good bite. She was right. That sauce is delicious. It's super lemony, super garlicky. You get that little bit of white wine in there. Just perfect on that Parmesan crusted chicken. And on top of all of this chicken here, we do have a huge portion of pasta as well. It looks good, but it looks a little bit dry. So I think the sauce is gonna come into play really key here with this pasta. The pasta is cooked perfectly. And that sauce, man, that extra sauce was key. I'm glad she just brought it out because I didn't even think to ask. And I probably wouldn't even think to ask for more sauce at all because there really is not much sauce on this plate. I feel like they should have put a thick layer of sauce on the plate so everything can kind of soak up that sauce. There's not much. So getting that sauce on the side is necessary, but when you do, it just makes everything so much better. This is fantastic. The arugula ties everything together very nicely, adds a nice fresh pop into this dish. And not only do I think the presentation was very good here, I think it tasted delicious. I think it's an adequate portion, and I think the price is very, very fair at $37. I was checking the menus for the places next door. It's a couple more dollars more expensive than the chicken parm that they serve at Trattoria, and it's a couple dollars less than the chicken that they serve over at Flying Fish. This is a well-priced meal for the price you get, for the quality that you get, and for the flavor and the taste. I would get this again. There were 2 pieces of chicken, so my mom is digging into that other piece, and we are going to get into this crust crusty looking angel hair. This is the angel hair with basil and tomatoes. It has Campari tomatoes, basil, garlic, red pepper flakes, and freshly grated Parmesan cheese, served with a toasted French half baguette for $25. I don't even know if this pasta is gonna come apart when I try and pick it up. It looks like it's glued together. Like this looks like a prop. This doesn't even look edible. Okay, it's coming apart at least. So there's that. All right. I know this is gonna be very basic too. Like it's just olive oil, garlic, and red pepper flakes. This actually tastes so much better than it looks. It looked dry and it looked crusty, and it has almost like a nuttiness to it. Maybe that's coming from the Parmesan. It tastes almost a little bit nutty, but I love how that kind of flavor is working with this pasta. It is very spicy. Like they put a ton of red pepper flakes in here. It doesn't look like it, but it is hot. I don't know how you're gonna be able to handle this. It is spicy, which I love. I wish there was some freshly grated Parmesan. It says it's freshly grated. It looks like from the plastic container. What is that?
Kraft Parmesan.
Yeah, it looks like Kraft Parmesan from the plastic container.
I was thinking that both these dishes need.
Yeah, I wish we had some like actual like freshly grated parm, even if like they just brought us a little thing with like the shredded Parmesan, because it doesn't look or taste like fresh Parmesan, but the flavor on this is good. Maybe Italian food is just what the Cake Bake Shop does right. Not actually, let's rephrase that, because it's not Italian food that they do right, because the Caprese Sandwich was not right. Pasta is what the Cake Bake Shop does right. The chicken piccata, fantastic. And this angel hair, I really cannot believe it. I'm totally eating my words. It looked awful. It tastes great. At the price point, I think it was $25. $25? Would I ever get this again? No. Do I think it's worth it? No. But the taste is amazing. It's really good. Very simple, very light. And usually I'm not the biggest fan of angel hair pasta. However, it works perfectly in this. Great. All right, Mom, dig into this pasta. I think you're gonna burn your face off, but I can't wait to see.
Now I see it, because I didn't see it when they laid it down. I mean, it looks so dry and just so bad. So, I can't believe you gave it such rave reviews. Oh my God. That is, my tongue is on fire. It is dry though, like it needs, and I need water.
All right, we've got all our leftovers packaged to go, and it is time for dessert. What this restaurant is known for, of course, they have all of the same cakes that they had when we first dined here, except I think the carrot cake is new. And last time my favorite cake was the raspberry champagne. But just over here, I'm noticing some seasonal cake slices. They have a Neapolitan cake. That actually sounds good. So does this cookie dough cake slice. That sounds good too, but guys, was this made for me or what? Lemon blueberry cake. A lot of you guys probably know already, but I love lemon blueberry flavored desserts. And when I saw this on the menu, that's honestly what convinced me to come try this new menu. I said, I have to try this new cake. Aside from the cake though, I'm also noticing some new pastries. They have a lemon curd cheesecake. Again, lemon, I love lemon. A banana pudding pie. They have the key lime pie and chocolate peanut butter pie too, and there's sorbets and ice creams, and then the pastries and the cookies and the bars. And I've been loving the bars recently. I always say, like, if you're gonna come to Cake Bake, I think the cake is like okay, but if you want something for a little cheaper, the bars are $11, which is still expensive, but like a little bit more reasonable. And the raspberry jam crumble bar, the lemon bar, and the magic bar are all excellent. And as good as that lemon curd cheesecake sounds, I'm definitely gonna have to come back for that. We are just gonna go with the lemon blueberry cake. This is a lemon zest cake with fresh blueberries filled with lemon curd and lemon buttercream, topped with lemon buttercream and fresh blueberries. Guys, this cake looks so good. I absolutely cannot wait to try it out. That lemon curd in there looks perfect, and there are a ton of blueberries as well, and of course glitter, if you couldn't tell. I don't think there was glitter on our other food, but there's definitely glitter on this cake. All right, let's get a little piece here with that lemon curd. And I will say the cake, it honestly looks like a blueberry muffin. Like it looks like the denseness of a blueberry muffin, which I don't mind. You're right, I don't have any frosting on this bite here. Let me get a little frosting. This is like all lemon. The cake is supposed to be lemon, the buttercream lemon. Let's try it out. The cake itself definitely gives off blueberry muffin vibes. Like I said, I don't mind that. The little pops of the fresh blueberry in there are delicious. Very moist, very dense, very rich. Not super lemony. It has good lemon flavor, but it's not like overly lemon. I had a feeling it was going to be maybe like too lemony because everything was lemon, but it's really not. It's a very good balance of the lemon flavor. The only thing blueberry about this cake are the fresh blueberries that are baked in there, and I do wish with the lemon curd in between each layer, they maybe went in with a little bit of like a blueberry jam or some type of like blueberry compote in between just to give a little bit more of the blueberry flavor. But this is definitely very, very good. My favorite cake before this was the raspberry champagne cake. I've tried a bunch of the different slices, and the raspberry champagne is probably the only slice of cake that I would get here again. But now I have a new, this might be my favorite. This might be better than the raspberry champagne, but that's all just because of probably like personal preference, just because I love lemon blueberry.
That was really good. It's so like, definitely fresh tasting. You taste like the fresh lemon, and the blueberries are not, they're definitely fresh too. It's really good.
Get this cake back over here. I know we said we were just going to take a few bites in here and then we're going to take the rest home, but we might be finishing this at the table here. Very good. Well, that is going to be it for us today at the Cake Bake Shop. Our meal started off very rocky with the appetizers and then those sandwiches, which were just super mid. It didn't have any real flavor to them that stood out, especially for that very expensive price tag. So I lost a little bit of hope, but ever since our lunch menu items, our dinner was great and the cake was great. I actually couldn't believe how good both of our pasta dishes were. Like I said, the oil with angel hair and tomato and garlic, it was a little too expensive for me to consider getting again, but the chicken piccata I thought was delicious, very reasonably priced, and I will be back for that. If I go again, I will definitely get that chicken piccata. And then that cake, I mean, I am the target audience for a lemon blueberry dessert, and I thought this one here was really good. I like that they're doing seasonal cake slices, and they're kind of bringing in new things to keep it fresh, not only with the cakes and the different desserts, but also with the entrees and the menu items as well. It's always good to keep things fresh and new, and as long as they keep bringing new menu items to the Cake Bake Shop, I will be going back to try them all for you guys. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Also, thank you to everyone over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, hit that subscribe button if you don't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.